Oi mates, what's up? Level 86. Well, we're not considerably endgame yet, but certainly past the range of mid-game. Time to put the construction extender and other gimmicks to use. So, we haven't talked about it before. That one feature in the Hunted 2.0 that changed completely how I play the game is the building limiter. If you choose to play with it, I promise your ARK experience will never be the same. With the limiter enabled, building structures is only allowed within a configurable distance around explorer boxes, air and cave drops, beehives, or using the construction extender. Only the explorer boxes and the extender have full distance support. For beehives and loot drops, the value is cut in half. Enjoy the night and my castle. How I know I finally reached endgame. The angler hat. Usually when I have access to this one with a decent ghillie hat, which you would only find late game, then I know I am approaching ascension. But make no mistakes, it's still a long way. What you can see here is Takar preparing some bigger grounds for, well, bigger dinos. A lot bigger. And that when it occurred to him, a long-lost friend was showing up. I consider this one the pinnacle of shoulder mounts. It must be mine.
Sinomacrops bundae is a friendly and curious little pterosaur. It may approach and investigate unfamiliar creatures, but Sinomacrops does spook easily. When threatened, it will unfurl its wings to reveal damatic eyes.
Let's move on to the usual business. Did you notice how I never seem to switch to third person anymore? That's because of a just recently added new feature that prohibits you from using third person or orbital camera without having CHLNA equipped. The very reason is difficulty, and the fact third person ruins my immersion. Imagine CHLNA acting like a drone when equipped. Back to the only really valid place to fuel my ambitions big time. You can't see in the future, but I can. This egg isn't just a random high-level dino hatch. I promise there's going to be a fun session anytime in the future.
Inhabitants to see.
Lols.
Tests on Metapithecus serve well for early trials. They are no replacement for genuine human subjects at later, safer stages.
I'm in the mood to make a fool. Let's give those lead sick this a real feast. I think I have to add the lead sick this to the carcass wild animal targeting priority. Man, this game is 2015. They did some engine upgrades afterwards, but still, even in 2026, this beauty is pretty damn stunning. Killing them is one thing, but getting my trophies without being one hit devoured, that's a whole different story. Make no mistakes, without solid Dino support, even a high-level Takar with super high-level armament is nothing but a snack on the run. If I'd ever tried to challenge anything around here on my own. Size actually does matter in ARK, and I love it. However, at one point Takar figured he's collected enough for the foreseeable future and decided to return home via the Western Iceland route because of all the, maybe sometimes even better, airdrops around the peaks. That's it. A 600% ascended rifle. Pretty much nothing can top that in regard to effectiveness/resource consumption ratio. And it apparently didn't stop there. A 700% ascended crossbow. I think taking the very much more dangerous western route was worth the risk. Home sweet home, like a fiery diamond in the sky. The castle rock at night. I love it. So, this is how Takar extends his borders. You'll need a beta tier active implant to build a construction extender, besides other high-value resources. You can enable to show the borders as highlighted by the cyan circle around the extender. You know the drill: build, imprint, patrol, rinse, repeat. And sometimes Takar even has some fun. Time for my little CrEaToXx-looking friend to replace my longtime best shoulder mate. I'll miss him. I always remember you. Thanks for your service. If it wasn't for the Cynomacrops, the Jerboa would probably be my favorite shoulder mount, aside from the Bulbdog maybe. But from a usefulness point of view, Cynomacrops is irreplicable. And now, I shall give you a perfect example for why Takar rarely ever tames a marine creature. At least, not until he has a decently protected wall around his harbor bay. You fucking little bastard. Talking about little, suddenly this guy spawned in from out of nowhere. I swear to God, those stupid Spinos and their near-water quick regeneration buff. But no sir, you will not prevail. My beast is maxed out. About time to walk out my newest addition. The Carno in the Hunted 2.0 has seen some great changes. They are less fast as in vanilla, but have access to a charge attack, similar to the Patchy. They can jump, allow standing on their back, and you can use weapons when mounted. In general, the Carno has been modded to be much more sturdy and less nimble, with higher damage output at the cost of higher stamina consumption. Time to collect some higher tier eggs to make higher tier kibble for higher tier dinos. Remember how in the beginning it was all about seeds? Yeah, now it's all about kibble. Those dinos need a lot of attention and energy, especially during activities. Did I mention how much I love the bridge mod? Such a simple but high quality addition to the game. You can place them everywhere, even in building restricted areas. See this spot? Would be another fine Castle Rock place now, wouldn't it? Here, kitty kitty. Here, kitty kitty. Oh, what's wrong, little baby? Does baby cry now? Yeah, rub the fucking lotion on your skin, bitch. This scenery looks more peaceful than it actually is. There's Karchas and Gigas lurking up above me. They had a hefty battle when I was approaching, and so Takar thought, well, now or never. Little Rampage isn't up to those yet. The incubator changes everything. Now, we can actually start to literally mass-produce dinos. But of course, we first have to build an energy infrastructure for this. Remember where we started? And we're not even close to the final structural complex. That whole northern area, where once was a jungle, will be a thriving city, full of dinos and humans going for their daily business. Yep, all of that is possible in the Hunted 2.0 with the recommended single-player mod list. If you haven't guessed it yet, hunting Renyognatha became my daily favorite sport. The only challenge they can provide from here on is managing to tame one. And that is a tough nut to crack, even with immersive taming, because of their extremely sensible aggro range and peak hostile nature. No, you twat. You're not going to take my trophy away. Hush. First of the big guns. Well, Beast was overloaded, and there were 3 Spinos. Not the right time to enter one of the most dangerous places on the island, the Redwood. Now, for that very much vital energy. I have no idea why those damn Quetzals always show up out of nowhere when I just made a major resource investment. Vengeance is mine. Now, you can see why the Sinomacrops is one of the best shoulder tame, if not the best tame, in the whole game altogether. If I had a one-choice Dino challenge only, I'd probably go with this guy. Of course, in the Hunted 2.0, the Sino has also seen a major revision. For one, the stamina consumption on its 3 modes of flying is tailored to its level. So, a low-level Sino will perform much worse than a vanilla Sino, but with higher level, he has the chance to perform much better in that regard. As exchange, because you know how I always do trade-offs, quid pro quo you might say, the Sino will accept any type of meat as fuel, and has a special ability to warn you of an imminent attack. It's different from the Yerboa or Para warning. The Sino will simply act extremely anxious and agitated if a threat is approaching you. Now, I guess you get the picture. We're closing in for the big league. By that time, Takar literally tamed half a zoo. Perimeters were secured and colonies set up all across the island. Yes, we have finally reached endgame stage. The Diplodocus in the Hunted 2.0 is no longer an utterly useless giant omnibus. It's a robust high-tier logistic dino with major combat prowess to defend itself. It's still not a peak invincible giant, but we're getting there. Takar is getting there, for sure. See you around.